Hey team, it's still the evening after the last video. We finished everything the game wants us to do, so now we've got some time to do what we want to do. I want to start off though by just having a stroll around the front of the island. It would be a push to call it decorating, but I did just move some things around. Also, I made this custom design. Obviously we don't have paths, but I wanted to be thinking about how we're moving around the space, so I've chucked those on the floor. They look a little bit weird, but that's okay. I also sorted out the trees here so they were a bit less claustrophobic. We've got some space to shake them now. Anyway, I thought this path could lead up that way and then obviously cross the front of resident services. I'm a bit unsure about that fencing, but it's all we've got at the moment, and that's kind of how this works. We've got to use what we've got. I also want to move one of those houses. Anyway, this path goes down here, and then I'm thinking we'll have a bridge that goes over back there, obviously. And then at the bottom here, we've got space for another bridge. I do think we should probably move this path down at least one space. It's always tough to decide for me if I want to have one or two spaces as a gap between the kind of the front of the island and the path. Right, so also I thought what would be nice is if we did just a little bit of deep sea diving today. I've got my wetsuit in my inventory. Let's just pop it on and we'll have a swim about and see what we can find. There we go. I also thought it could be quite a nice idea. So obviously when you hand in all these things to Blathers, he gives you a chance to hear a little bit about them, to learn about them. You know all this. But I never have time for it, or I feel like I don't have time for it. Really, I do, obviously. I just feel like I need to get back out there and do more fishing and bug catching and all that. So I thought what we could do is, as we're catching them, I'll just read out some of the things that Blathers says. You can see them all online at Wikipedia if you wanted to learn something. It's actually a really nice feature of the game, just we don't all have time to be chatting to Blathers all day. We have lives, you know. So I figured rather than telling you just to go off and have a chat with Blathers, I'd make it a bit easier and we can just learn about this stuff together. Okay, so let's have a swim about. It's been a while since I've done this. It's very strange to get used to the controls. Also, I need to kind of work on what distance you drop down. It's quite hard to get a bit of depth perception while you're swimming about in the water. Right, let's see what this one's going to be. I'll prep my Wikipedia in advance of this. This is going to be a lot of things to do at once, but I think we can get away with it. Oh, okay, so it's the sea star. Let me see if I can just pull up some information about that. Right, what have we got here? I also think I'll leave out all of Blathers' usual what's and his charismatic banter, just so it's a bit less awkward to read out. So, I found the sea star. It says it may appear to have 5 feet, but those are, in fact, its arms. That makes sense. But these 5-armed sea stars are the most common. They are species with 20 or even 40 arms. What do the ones with 40 arms look like? That's crazy. Okay, he goes on, but the fascinating appendage facts do not end there. Each sea star's arms sprout dozens of tiny feet. Wait, how is that? I don't understand that. They use these suction-cupped feet not just to move about, but to grab and hold their dinner guests as well. Finally, it should be noted that when a sea star loses an arm, it can grow it back. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, more impressive yet, a severed sea star arm can sometimes grow an entire sea star back. Is that true? Is he lying to us? That's why you can't have an arm that grows a being on the rest of it, surely. Wait, what does that mean about, like, the consciousness of that sea star? This is raising some legitimately deep questions. Are they? So I presume they're conscious things. They're making decisions and not just working automatically, right? So when it grows its second sea star, is it like a new being? It has a new ability to think for itself. Do they not have consciousness? Is this? I have so many questions. This is just the first one, and this is really fascinating. I have so many questions about that. Like, I know creatures like geckos, they can lose their tails and grow a new one. But, like, what is all its consciousness just in one of its little sea star legs? This makes no sense to me. Okay, what's our next one? Is it going to be something new? Okay, an oyster. That seems pretty standard. I feel like we all know about oysters, but let's see if there's anything new Blathers can teach us. Oysters, oysters. Let's see. Oh, apparently they're worth 1,100 bells. That's worth noting. Right, what does Blathers have to say? They are marvellous mollusks. There's going to be a lot of words that I can't pronounce in this. And apparently the social butterflies of the sea. These bivalves, that's a word, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, tend to live attached to rocks in large groups known as oyster beds. Okay, we do know that. These reef-like structures provide home and habitat for a delightful variety of creatures, mussels, barnacles and sea anemones. Oh, that's a tough word. Anemones have all been known to set up house. Meanwhile, small fish and crabs hide from predators and even raise their young amongst the snuggling oysters. That's really cute. Okay, so he's mostly just telling us about oyster beds there and the habitats. Nothing wild to know about oysters then that we don't already know. But good to think about the little communities under the sea. That's super cute. Really good for the ecosystem, then, I guess. Imagine if just by living and existing together in a big group, you were able to create a home for everyone else. It's a lovely dream kind of thought. Just loads of bodies that allowed everyone else to live amongst them. That is a little strange how I worded that, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, let's have a look and see. Ooh, an octopus. Okay, again, I feel like we know octopuses. Octopus, octopi. This is my first question. Octopus, octopi. I believe it is octopi. I did a silly mistake at the first. Octopus, octopus, where are you? Okay, so it's worth 1,200 bells, just slightly more than the oyster. Good to know. And then, what does he actually say about it? With its 8 limbs, 3 hearts, and surprisingly big brain, the octopus... Oh, hang on, we've got our scallop. Okay, this is the first one we've gotten, obviously. So our first time chatting to Pascal means we're going to have to give him our scallop, aren't we? I think that one does have to be donated to the museum as well. So we're going to have to keep on going till we get a second one. Hopefully it won't take too long. Look, he's going to lay some truth on us as well. Candles are just crayons in the colour of fire. That's actually really cool. What a cool guy. I do like Pascal. Anyway, what were we saying about octopuses? Do they really have 3 hearts? That seems a bit strange. So much love to give. Okay, so I think, what else is it saying? It's also an escape artist like no other. The octopus has specialised skin cells, okay, we know this, that can change colour and texture with a lightning speed. It can look to the world like a patch of seabed 1 minute and a pile of rocks the next. The deception doesn't stop there, though. When attacked by a predator, it releases a cloud of ink. Just call the octopus what it is, the ninja of the deep. Okay, I feel like octopuses are like octopi are the celebrities of the sea. I think they've been covered a lot. There are actually documentaries that you can watch about octopi that I think cover quite a lot of this, so we're used to them. It is interesting, though. Does the texture of their skin change? It said so. I knew about the colour, but the texture is interesting. Or is it the illusion of texture? I need you to be a little bit more specific for me, Blathers. Anyway, right, let's keep on going. Gosh, there's a lot of button pressing in this, isn't there? Hopefully the sound of the water is soothing to you and not just making you need to go to the loo. What's our next one going to be? Let's have a look and see. Oh, it's a new one. Okay, right, the mussel. Again, we know about mussels. I think we use the mussels, don't we, on Turkey Day? Obviously, people eat mussels. That's their thing. So the selling price, this is good. The selling price is 1,500 bells, our most valuable one so far. What does Blathers say? Did you know the mussel has a beard? Oh, really? Well, partially true anyway. Okay, mussels have a special gland that secretes a thing called, oh, this is going to be bad pronunciation, bysis or bisel thread, something like that. They use these tough beard-like fibres to anchor themselves to rocks and keep themselves in place. So you see, the mussel's beard is functional rather than merely stylish. Then again, perhaps all beards should be this way. Oh, I want humans to have functional beards. That would be the creepiest thing, actually. Hang on a minute, my pockets are full, so we're going to go drop some stuff off quickly. Look, it's our little houses all ready to go. Come on, villagers, come and join us. Right, okay, let's hop on. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't a mermaid bed. We haven't learnt that yet. I could have had one spare space. It's okay, I'm not going to climb back in the water just for that one. Let's hop on over and get rid of our bits. Obviously, we've got to stop in by Blathers first before we get to the shop. I think we've still got plenty of time left until the Nooks finish up for the night, so we could probably do a couple of laps of this. I'm really enjoying this, actually. Hopefully you are too. I'm fairly confident you'll like it. I figured pretty much if we just do things that I find interesting, there must be someone out there who'll agree with me as well. It's hard to know when you're making stuff like this what people are going to enjoy without, seeing comments and stuff before. But obviously I've started to get some through for you guys, so I'm getting the gist that you're enjoying us just kind of hanging out and having a chat. Let's give Blathers all of our goods. He should be suitably impressed with our dedication to developing the museum. Should we do a little experiment? I don't like stuff like this. It feels very YouTubey, and I don't think I'm that kind of person. But if you like this idea of us going through the facts, then maybe give the video a like. Ooh, it feels nasty to say it. But yeah, then at least I'll know. If we could do stuff like this for the fish and things. Right, I want to have a look at the museum. Now that we've just got a couple of things, obviously it's going to be very empty still. But it'll be like a record of our development. We've got to see what it's like at the start so we can really feel rewarded when we've done some more work. I love the museum as well. I like the mood of it. Oh, that's our first one, isn't it? Is that a spider in the tree? Yeah, I love the mood of this place. And doing it now at night as well. Now, where I am in the world, there are museums that do kind of overnight stays. What do you think it would feel like to look at the koi in the water? That's really cool. What do you think it would feel like to be in a real museum overnight? I think it would be really spooky. Thankfully, it's not spooky here. It just feels calm and lovely, and we don't have to deal with hundreds of people around us trying to take photos of themselves with artwork. That's always strange, isn't it? Where you go to beautiful places and there's just people trying to take selfies. I can't blame them, but just make sure you look at the stuff you're there for. This is weird. Oh, I suppose because it's late at night, all the butterflies are asleep. Yeah, look, they're all on everything rather than flying around. There's one over here as well, and these little pot plants. Let's have a look as well. Oh, and there's koi in the little fountain. Yeah, and the butterfly up on the top here. This is strange. I do like it in the day when they're all flying around, but it's nice to see it a bit different. Okay, let's keep on going with our explorations. Oh yeah, and our little I want to say tableaus. That's not what they're called. What's the scientific word for these displays? There must be something. I like that you can see the dates that you donated them as well. So if you're, when you're playing properly, say properly, people can play however they want to play. But when you're doing it in actual time, I suppose there'll be things that are like a year apart because you have to catch stuff in the different seasons. I love the designs of these as well. Dioramas, that's the word I was thinking of. I love a good diorama. This room's really interesting as well. Do you remember when we all thought this thing on the right-hand side was going to disappear and there was going to be like an extra secret room? We could have done something really cool with that. Turns out that wasn't the case. Anyway, yes, dioramas. The artist in me loves the idea of them, that you'd create these kind of idealised environments. Look at this one. This is lovely. With our little wharf roach and the hermit crab. The hermit crab looks hilarious. It doesn't look like this on the beach at all, does it? Hermit crabs had a glow up to look good in the museum. Okay, I think we've pretty much covered the bug sections now, haven't we? I'm really excited to see these develop over time. There's so many beetles and things we're going to have to get as well. Did you spot that? Obviously, I chopped some of the trees at the front. Let me just get out of my wetsuit so we look a bit classier walking around the museum. Yeah, so hopefully now the beetles should be showing up on the tree stumps, so we'll have a few of them as well. They can be quite valuable. Truth be told, I'm going to end up scaring a lot of them away. I think it's unavoidable. A few beetles will be lost in the journey. Up here, obviously, we've got the art collection. I am very excited about that, but there's nothing in it at the moment. I think maybe only that one thing, so we'll skip that for now. And then, yeah, the fossils is always a good one. Let's go check them out. We had a good jump start to the fossils, obviously, with our Nook Miles Islands, because we had all the tickets, we were able to get them. And because you get tons of them every day, I feel like this is the easiest section to complete. Oh, look at it. Dunkleosteus. I can't say these things. That's a cool word, though. Yeah, I feel like the fossils is definitely the easiest section to complete, and it's really rewarding to look around. This next room is amazing, isn't it? You've all done this before. We discovered this right at the start of the game, but maybe enough time has passed for it to be impressive now. Right, where is our stuff? Here, look at these guys. We've got quite a large chunk of them. So this guy's complete already. I'm not even going to try and say that word. Something saurus. That one looks a bit like it should connect in the middle, and it's a dinosaur with two heads. Very unnatural. Okay, right. This is the thing. Oh, it's so lovely. Should we? Oh, gosh, it looks so great. I think let's try and take a photo from here. I've been playing around with the camera. I like getting myself out of the picture and just looking at it like a landscape. I do wish, actually, we had a feature like we have in The Sims where you can take photos with the in-game camera and then you can display them in your world. Wouldn't it be cool if you could do like a big poster of this and put it up in your house? I'm back again. Here I am. Let's run around. Oh, do you know what'll be really cute? Look, this is very cinematic of me. We'll run right through the back. I'll try not to get stuck on something and be embarrassing. Look at us go in the distance. Yeah, we can make an Animal Crossing movie. That's a thing we could do. Okay. What button do I press to get back out of this? There we go. I've run into the wall. It's fine. It looks really cool. I do admire the people who can make the really cinematic things. I saw some really interesting ones a while back where they dress up all the villagers and made their own little stories. Look at us in these little spaces. No, we don't fit in this one. We're definitely not a koala. We want to be a cat, but we can't be a cat. How do these link with the bottom? I never really understood this section unless it was just a really cool photo opportunity, which, let's be honest, that's mostly what the museum is. I wanted to be a bunny there as well. Obviously, we all want to be bunnies. Life would be a dream. These guys are great. They've kept this room for the really show-offy dinosaurs, haven't they? Can't wait to have a full mammoth to show off. No, nothing on the other side, so we are going to run straight on through here. And then I think that's pretty much the dinosaur section, isn't it? I feel like it should be a lot bigger, but then again, yeah, not that many things to see. Little meteorite there. Yeah, definitely. I think the fish is probably the biggest section, isn't it? And there are probably more fish than anything else in the game. Do you think there's more fish than bugs? This is something we should look up. Right, we'll go check out the fish section as well, since the aquarium, obviously, you know, is just a lovely space. What's the closest you've ever gotten to completing the museum? I know I've definitely done the dinosaurs. Everything else, though, is at least a year's worth of work. I feel like if you do it all without cheating, Nintendo should send you an actual plaque in real life. Oh, look, it's our big guy. Is it this side that we click on it? No, it's over here, I think. Let's check this one. No, this is just begging us for donations. Here he is, our sturgeon, our money guy. Oh, I've got a few of them stored away on the beach now, so I think we're going to do pretty well when CJ finally shows up. I do like how they choose to pair them together. I feel like they put them into the right environments, and if we paid enough attention, we could learn something new again. These are very lovely, aren't they? It's more of my diorama obsession. I love the idea of building dioramas. There are the people who make those really cool little builds online, aren't they, where they build like a miniature version of the airports from this game. Here we go. Oh, we've got nothing kind of big in here, just the horse mackerel and this little shoal swimming around in a circle. Are they an actual fish, or are they just there as a kind of decorative feature? I feel like it's more decorative. Okay, let's keep on going along. We should have, down here I think is where they keep the diving creatures, isn't it? We've got nothing yet. It's going to take Blathers a little bit of time to pop them in. Also, I think there was a diving suit before there, wasn't it? Maybe that unlocks, or maybe I imagined it and it doesn't exist. Right, let's do the little run behind here. This is so cute. I remember when we were all doing, when we were playing with our friends and it was multiplayer and we could all pop our heads into the corners here and take a photo. I think that was in the trailers, wasn't it? Let's have a little look. That's the shoal. What? School or shoal? Wait a minute. Those are the same, but also different things. I should find out what shoal is really before I'm saying it. Let's have a look with our UI disappeared. Our little horse mackerel swimming around. The lighting in this is incredible. Compared to the older games, you go into the museum and they were cool, but they understood something in this, that you needed the vibe. Let's just run back to the beginning so it looks cool. Yeah, they definitely just 100% smashed the vibe of the museum. It's so lovely. Right, okay, let's go this way. What else do we have here? These are the best displays in the game, let's be honest. They put a lot of effort into these. The paths are a bit windy though. I think, the left goes to the little tube thing. So let's go up at the top. Ooh, and then we've got our reefs. We know about reefs now. Where are our what were they? The oyster beds. Our fascinating oyster beds. Okay, let's go into the little tunnel. Oh yeah, we've got more stuff in here. This is looking a lot more active. They really are the perfect photo opportunities here, aren't they? Look, let's have another look again without all the mess in the way. Give ourselves a little nudge. It's cool that we can kind of stand in the middle of it. The designers, honestly, 10 out of 10, did an amazing job with this. Got lots of our little guys in there. I wish you can go back and ask him actually about the fish after the fact, so I might, as we're getting stuff, just grab a few fish and see if we can learn something about them. Oh wait, look, I wanted to show you something, but I'm having such trouble remembering the buttons now of all these things. It's been so long. Let me see if I can work this out. Bear with me. There we go. So we got our first reactions. Bam, finally came through and gave us our ones here. Yep, we've got our surprise and our delight and joy, the classic joy. So let's just stand here and look like we're having a wonderful time. I'm so glad to have these. I don't want to overuse them in the thumbnails though. I like it when we've just got our kind of eyes closed, breathing and enjoying the space face. Let's move on now, I think. Really glad to have the reactions though. Gosh, we've got a lot of them to collect. Gonna have to make sure we're talking to everyone all the time. I'm sure you can hear in the background as well the sound that they chose for the museum, particularly that bit of it is the little it's a sound that repeats. It's not like a song, it's just this kind of wave of noise and it's really wonderful. Thank you so much, Blathers. I've had a wonderful time. Do you know what? While we're here, let's just ask him about one of our sea creatures. We've got to make sure we actually use the feature, you know. What should we go with? We know them. We know the octopus, so sea anemone it is. Let's learn something new about our sea anemone. Medusa herself would be most impressed. The pretty predator loves to wave its colourful flowing locks about, gorgeous tresses, in fact, deadly tentacles surrounded by a hungry mouth. The tentacles harpoon vixens with neurotoxin and then pulls their hapless prey into its mouth for lunch. Oh my goodness. an enemy out of an anemone. Well, I mean, that wasn't quite what I expected from it, but good to know about the neurotoxins of the sea anemone. I suppose people do, I don't live in an environment near these things, but people do step on stuff like this all the time, and don't they? Back where I was in Cornwall, there was a nasty little fish that would actually burrow itself under the sand, and then it would have little spines that would poke up, and you'd stand on it, and it was horrifically painful. Definitely, if you're going to the beach, make sure that you wear your flip-flops so you don't go standing on any of the fish. Oh, do you know what? I keep seeing these when we open our inventory, and I think we'll do it later, but now is the perfect time. These were all the presents that I got earlier while I was decorating, so I thought we'd save them and open them together. The mush low stool, obviously, we're looking forward for the mushroom recipes. Great to see it. What else have we got? Hopefully really good stuff. A jukebox. Okay, let's keep going. Imperial chest. Wait, isn't the Imperial stuff really quite valuable? Or am I thinking of something else? Maybe the chest not so much. We'll definitely have to check that in the shop. The jukebox is so very Normcore start of the game though, isn't it? We all used to have those areas where villagers would sing. Have we got anything else good in here? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I'll take them. Thank you very much for the 5,000 bells. Hopefully some more recipes. Now, basketball hoop. Bam would enjoy that. But, yeah, okay, yeah. So we got one of the mushroom recipes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, back to the jukebox. I feel like we all, obviously, the villagers can sing, which is a wonderful thing to see, and it's a feature, so we've got to make sure that it's represented somehow. But I don't like the idea of just having a microphone. You know, I don't want to build a whole stage area. Or do I? If it was like a kind of woodsy stage where we could perform, that would be quite an interesting thing. Maybe, I don't know. We could also just pop a radio down, couldn't we? Right, let's check in with our boys and see what all this is going to be worth. What's hot today as well? A swinging bench. We could do those, I suppose. You don't get a huge amount of money compared to doing things like deep sea diving. Right, let's chuck these in. I think definitely we have to keep an eye, though, for when the Nook Miles points come out. Let's get rid of these two, and then I think we'll hold on to that chest for the moment just so we can see how much it's worth. I'm enjoying actually taking the time to learn what's valuable in this game. Right, let's have a check-in with them. For some reason, I feel like this one was worth quite a bit of money. What do you think, boys? Oh, 2,000 bells is pretty good. I feel like it should have been more. I know there's some items that are absolutely crazy with how much they're worth, but that's okay. They can hold on to it. Also, I figure a lot of these items we can just reorder from the catalogue, so rather than jamming up our storage, I might sell a lot of these things, you know, free up space, keep things clear. I also planted our money trees over there. Should we just have a look up here? I feel like Celeste should be here today. I don't know if it's quite late enough. I can't remember. She comes after a particular time. And I think actually it has to be a clear night or during a meteor shower, doesn't it? And there is a few clouds. I don't think this would count. But you never know. She might be about. It's nice to see the islands in the distance as well. We can think of it as like your islands off in the distance. We can wave to each other across the islands. I'll just have a little check of this area and make sure Celeste isn't here. I don't think she is. I realised we're carrying a lot of stuff in our pockets that we don't need to carry, so I'm just going to dash down, and we'll pop all that extra stuff just next to the house for now. I feel like I have to carry all of the tools constantly, but it does get a little bit in the way when you want to do things like diving. Right, dash down to the house. I put those fossils there for now as well. Obviously, dropped items are going to affect our rating eventually, but we're not worried about that right now. How do you feel about dropped items? Some of them are very cute, where people were doing apples, but I think we all, we went a bit far with it, didn't we? I think when Isabel's saying to us, hey, you need to do these sorts of things to make a good island, we should really listen to her now and not ignore it just so we can make things look good. Okay, let's get back to our fishing. Wait a minute. Did you hear that? Oh, you guys! It's our first shooting stars. It's so magical. We were just talking about Celeste as well, weren't we? Have we got any more of them? I'm really glad I remembered how to catch those very quickly. Right, let's run to the back of the island where we've got a clear view. Oh, should we do like a stargazing area as well? We could do like a little cut-out thing at the back of the island, maybe where that far right-hand side is, that awkward height, and we can make it a place to stand and catch our shooting stars. It also looks a bit like Northern Lights there in the corner, although I think it's just clouds, isn't it? No, I think that was maybe just a couple of them. We'll stand about for a minute and see if we can encourage them. I feel like as soon as I start doing stuff, there's a million shooting stars, but not right now. Okay, we'll give it a minute. So yeah, we've cleared up our pockets now. Oh, can I not get to my wetsuit? Oh, it's because we're in the camera mode still, I think, aren't we? There we go. Let's pop it back on and we'll hop back into the water. Any last stars now that I've tempted you by putting on my wetsuit? No, let's go. Do you know what? I'm really going to miss the start of the game music. It's such a special time. I think you get this particular song, don't you, at the start of it. But then again, we will be unlocking all of the other classics. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I want to make sure that we play at different times of day. Those early morning Animal Crossing vibes, that's what we want. Okay, should we have a look and see if we can find any more obscure sea creatures? I could just look some up, I suppose, and we can have a look and see what the more unusual ones are, because we know about mussels. We want the weird ones. We want the crazy facts. Nothing as crazy as that sea anemone, though. That was very extreme for Animal Crossing. That sea cucumber is coming up a lot, actually. Let's learn a little bit about the sea cucumber. Sea cucumber, where are you? Bear with me while I look through my phone. Oh, this is interesting. So it's worth 500 bells now, a measly 500 bells. Let's just grab this. It was previously in New Leaf worth 150 bells. So good to know that they account for inflation in Animal Crossing. Right, so what does Blathers have to say about the sea cucumber? Much like its relatives, the sea urchin and sea star, it has no heart or brain. Oh, okay, this might answer some questions about our questions we had before. However, unlike its relatives, it has no shell nor spikes to protect itself. So how does a softie such as this stay safe in the open ocean? Brace yourself, I say. When threatened, the sea cucumbers jettison their innards out of their backsides. Wait, this is wild. Oh my dear, gross but true. The sticky, stringy stuff ensnares predators, allowing the cuke to make its escape and grow its insides back. One might say the sea cucumber is a gutsy creature. That is wild. You guys, the sea is a very strange place. Truth be told, I have an incredibly deep fear of the ocean, or in fact, any large area of water. I've swum in a few lakes before and I don't like it. I don't like that there's stuff under there that I can't see. I get so scared, particularly though oceans. I mean, there must be so many people who have the same thing as well. A bit more history about me. I grew up on a beachfront town in South Africa, and it had great white sharks swimming about, and not everywhere had sharks nets. So we were educated from quite a young age to, not be silly in the water. It's probably a bit controversial now, but there was a place called the Sharks Board. If anyone happens to be South African and from the same area as me, you'll know all about these. But you'd go there when you were very young. It was usually a school trip. Let's look. Oh, look how lovely this is. But yeah, you'd go there as a school trip, and it's usually, this is a bit gross to talk about, but they'd have an autopsy of a great white shark, or at least some kind of shark. And you'd get to kind of see all of the business that was going on in there. But it was mostly about educating you to be, kind of aware in the water and to stick to where the sharks' nets were, there was usually a big like surfboard out the front, and it would have a bite chunk out of it, and you would see the absolutely massive scale of this shark's mouth. So yeah, you can understand how I've grown up with it. Just a bit of a fear of being in water. Do any of you have swimming pools? I obviously don't now. Being British, I've not seen a swimming pool in years. But I used to get the fear when I was younger and swimming in them that there was like a shark swimming behind the lights. They have lights in swimming pools that would, light them up at night. But there's like a little circular bit where the light sits, and I would look into it and think, oh, just beyond that is probably a shark, which is crazy because beyond it was land. But, I had a very active imagination. Anyway, lots of things for you there. Sorry about the horrible mention of the shark business, but then again, we're talking about inids flying out of things in here, so a bit more unexpected than I imagined. I thought this was going to be very calm and peaceful, but actually, it is really interesting learning about all of the sea stuff, and also gives me a chance to tell you some of my travel stories. I do have a few of them. I did spend, obviously I moved around as a child, but I did spend quite a lot of years travelling about. I'd work seasonally, so I'd work in one place for a few months, and then I'd take off probably about 4 months and just travel around the world. So I'm inevitably going to drop in a few stories here and there. I won't dump them all on you now, but that's something to look forward to. I have done some kind of crazy stuff in my life. I'm getting on a bit now. Right, should we go back to our sea creatures? What have we got here? This is a new one, a sea slug. We've not done a lot of the wild ones. We've just done the basic ones, but it's been quite entertaining. Should we check out the sea slug? Right, let's have a look. Sea slugs. Okay, it's worth 600 bells, slightly more than our last one, but nothing to shout home about. And then Blathers will let us know. Imagine, if you will, a land slug, but one dressed in frilly attire full of bold colours, stripes and spots. Oh, wait, a sea slug. This is a thing. I've seen these. I think these had a moment, didn't they? A gastropod that looks ready to walk the red carpet or perform beneath a big top. So, from what I've seen, sea slugs look wild. They are so cute, and they come in all these different colours, and they have all these different things. They are just like the coolest thing. If you've never Googled a sea slug before, do it. They are fascinating. I think maybe the game doesn't really do them justice. Hang on, there is a balloon here. This is why I didn't drop the slingshot before, because I suspected things like this would happen. Hello, Hermit Crab. Let's just have a look. We can open this one straight away as well and see what we've got. Okay, we'll come back to you in a minute, sea slugs. Oh, it's a baseball cap. Okay, let's try. Yeah, no, that does remind me of something else that I don't really want on my island right now. So we're going to be getting rid of that red cap. But yeah, okay. So we were talking about sea slugs, and that's much cooler. So yeah, these things, they look wild. Hopefully by now you've Googled it and you've seen it and you're as excited as me. These clowns are no laughing matter, Blathers says. Their garish colours and wild patterns warn predators to steer clear of their stinging, toxic taste. Oh, we've got our first chambered nautilus. That's a good one too. Yeah, and that is how you dress for success, is what Blathers says. That makes total sense. That they're like the fly agaric mushroom. It's so wild looking that no one would touch it. But in reality, it probably means that humans have taken to keeping them as pets because they're cute and collectible almost. That's a shame, because it is a wild animal, I suppose. Although we're still not sure about the level of consciousness in these, aren't we? Because of the first question we had from Blathers. I presume everything is aware and everything has feelings, and we should be nice to them. But yeah, these things are crazy, absolutely crazy. Also, I do just want to check out that chambered nautilus because it's massive and that makes me think it's really cool. So let's learn a little bit about that as well. Right, chambered nautilus, where are you? Okay, okay, it's worth 1,800 bells, which is fantastic. Oh, we got a mantis shrimp as well. Anyway, back to this. So, Blathers is going to let us know the chambered nautilus is perhaps best known for its gorgeous shell. Not only does this shell's interior shine with a pearly luster, it features a near perfect natural spiral. But these aren't the chambered nautilus's only bragging rights. The cephalopod can have up to 90 tentacles, it said. These arms come coated with a sticky substance that helps the nautilus capture its prey, which is far better than using them for overly long hugs, I say. Or I don't think I'd want to hug a chambered nautilus. Oh dear. Right, well, that wasn't quite what I expected. I imagine the pearly insides of the shell is that crazy iridescent thing. Do you think chambered nautiluses are those fossils that we find everywhere? What are they from? My dad lives down by the coast in Dorset, and there's areas there where they're still digging up dinosaur fossils to this day, and it's very common in an area there for people to go down on their holidays and dig around on the beach, and you are pretty much guaranteed to find a little something. Usually it's little spiral shells that are everywhere. Oh, we've got our first crab. But yeah, no, it is really cool. You find all these little things everywhere. For some reason, we've always had them floating around our house, which makes me feel like we've been going to the beach and stealing away all of the fossils like some kind of museum, hoarding away all the artefacts for itself. We're doing quite well here with our points, aren't we? We're nearly up to another 20,000. But yeah, chambered nautilus, that's pretty cool. I don't like the idea of a lot of tentacles in a hug, though, Blathers. You could have kept that one to yourself. I did also just want to have a look at that mantis shrimp. That looked really cool when we pulled it up. Let me just have a scroll through and see what I can find out for us about that one. Right, let's have a look. Oh, this is interesting. So we've had to already have caught 20 total sea creatures in order for this to spawn. So we're doing great. Not bad for one night's worth. And it's worth 2,500 bells. Well worth it, I think. So, yeah, we've got to keep an eye out for more of them in the future. Anyway, this is the things Blathers will tell us about it. Wait, let's just see what this one is first. Oh, okay, it's just another acorn barnacle. Right, so think carefully before you mock the mantis shrimp for its diminutive size. I warn you, it's itching for a fight. A pugilist, is that a word? Through and through, this brightly hued fellow packs a punch unparalleled on land or sea. Not only are its forearms shaped like clubs and scythes, its arms are naturally spring-loaded too. Thus, the mantis shrimp's high-speed blows crack open crab and oyster shells with ease. And should you grab it with your hands, you might discover why it's called the thumb splitter too. Wow. This guy's epic. What, so it has like super strong arms. I mean, to be able to like crack open an oyster or something like that with just your tiny little mantis arms, that's mad. Do people actually injure themselves then by catching them and holding them? Is that what the thumb splitter thing is? These have been so great. I'm really glad that we decided to do this. Hopefully you've just been, fishing on your island and listening to me rant on about these and not actually watching me play, because these things are really cool. I would kind of wish in a way that obviously it would be ridiculous. Oh yes, we got another scallop. It would be ridiculous if Blathers forced you to listen to every single one of these. But I feel like him, when they force you to donate one by one at the beginning, at least one or two of them, he could give us a little few facts as a taster. There might be people in who's playing this who've never ever asked Blathers any kind of facts about the creatures or things you're handing in. Do you know what we should do? Oh, I think you'd probably have to have quite a few of them on you at the time. That might be tough. But we should ask him about the dinosaur fossils. I bet he has some really fascinating things to say about dinosaurs. Although, to be fair, what do we really know? What do we know about dinosaurs? I think most of it is kind of made up, isn't it? Like, we all assumed they were grey and brown. Look at Jurassic Park, which to this day, still an incredible film. It blows my mind looking at that. They just look 100% real. But yeah, then it turned out dinosaurs could actually have been like wild colours and covered in feathers and stuff, much more like birds. So that's cool. Yeah, so I feel like the stuff he would tell us, maybe, I don't know how true it would be or how much of it would be speculation. Do you see what I see? I see a balloon shadow. We've still got a bit of time. Okay, right. If we get it just before it goes into the river, please. I feel like the green ones are recipes. I think that's probably untrue, but... Oh, no. Okay, we've got a bit of a situation here. What can we dump? Let's just dump the vaulting pole. We'll pick it up again in a second. Hopefully it's not an object and we'll be stuck with it at our inventory. The forest flooring! You guys, yes. We're starting to get cool stuff. Right, we're going to have to check this out straight away, aren't we? Let's have a look and see what it looks like. Oh, that's cool. Oh no, we need a rare mushroom for that one. That one we dig up, don't we? I don't think we've gotten one so far. The rest of the stuff's fairly easy, but we're going to have to keep an eye out for that rare mushroom. I do like all those dynamic wallpapers and things. Any sturgeons? No. Let's say hello to Bam very quickly. I want to get to the point where we can start gifting them stuff. We're not quite there yet. But yeah, so these dynamic dynamic wallpapers and floorings and stuff, I think it would be cool to have at least like a room in our house somewhere at the back where it's just like a mystical forest or something like that, you know, where you create like an outdoor space inside. I always really loved that, although we've got to do it in a bit of a sneaky way. I do like when people would use the Mario pipes somewhere outside in the landscape, and you'd hop into one and then you'd go inside the house and it would be like whatever was outside inside, like a forest or some kind of like river with a well and stuff. I think that would be really cool to do. We're going to look at doing something like that in the future. The scallop apparently is a nimble fellow indeed. When hungry sea star approaches, the scallop can swim away clapping. It has 200 eyes. What? Why does a scallop have 200 eyes? Do you guys know all this stuff? Where is the scallop keeping its 200 eyes? That is... honestly, I'm going to have to do some deep diving into these things later. Where are its eyes? Inside of it, like when it claps open? Is there just a bunch of eyes? That's kind of horrific. Okay, anyway, let's give Blathers all of this stuff while I get over that little bit of trauma. We've made a really good start on these sea creatures, I think. I definitely want to try and make a habit of doing a little bit of diving every day. At least that way, obviously, we'll get Pascal's mermaid recipes and things like that, start to stockpile some pearls. Yeah, so definitely something that we need to keep an eye on and keep checking off there. Look at all of this business. Okay, right, let's get into our fancy dress and then we'll have a run over and start selling off all this stuff. I do like to keep my pockets organised. Look at all of this. I do think this section we'll have to do a little bit of a rearrange. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with it. I might just do a little bench and a telescope if I can find them. So-called decorating when you're playing the game like this is obviously a bit strange, I think, maybe for you guys to watch. We don't really have a lot of items, so we're just kind of very slowly nudging things. It's like the very opposite of a speed build. I don't understand how... You know, some people are able to start a section. Obviously, they have all the items in the world and they start it and then they finish it and it's done. I think, you know, from my art background, I expect to be able to work on things for a long time and for it to develop and, you know, for something to start off small and grow. So when we'll probably chuck a telescope and a bench there because we need the items out, don't we, anyway, to progress through the game. But... you'd then kind of develop that area and you would add in a couple of things and then another day you'd nudge something over and then another day you'd plant a tree or a couple of shrubs here. So I think it may be a little strange for you. If you're the kind of person who builds and likes big things, you probably won't be watching this anyway. But, you know, if you're the kind of slow life and you want to be able to watch a video that doesn't make you feel pressured into having your entire island complete at once, it's okay that things are a bit messy. Like, I'm still really enjoying the game and we've, you know, barely done anything here. I just made sure it didn't feel very claustrophobic. I'm glad we sorted that area that I've just gone through. Right, let's pick up all of this mess that I've got everywhere. The storage in our house, actually, no more stars. The storage is starting to kind of push its luck a little bit. We are getting pretty full, mostly probably because I've chucked a bunch of resources in there. Should we make a couple of items, actually? And we'll see if we can get things going. Put my pearl away. We did pick up some quite cool recipes. A lot of these things, I think, like I've got to get the flowers out and get them planted. But yeah, just a lot of this space really is stuff that we can use and we should use because we need to start getting things out onto the land. We'll grab a little bit of everything. I know there's a lot of little extras here, but we have limited space in our pockets. And we'll have a look and see what are some of the things that we can craft at the moment. Okay, bear with me. Let's get this up and loaded. Right, so that forest flooring, we need all kinds of things for that, don't we? This, I want to make the pile of leaves. We need some pine cones for that. That's fairly easy to get. I might even, I think I've got, not quite enough. We can do one leaf pile. I do like the idea of having an area with a bunch of leaf piles in a bin, like we've just been out clearing our leaves. Not very functional. I'm very aware of the difference between a functional bit of the island and something that takes up a massive area that you never have a reason to go into. But yeah, we need to find that kind of line between it really, don't we? There's no rush though. Right, what else can we do in here? Let's have a scroll through. There's so many cool stuff there. I do love standees. What do you know? We're going to be using the standees. We're probably going to have to do the pitfall seed as well. Let's get stuff for the pitfall seed because we're going to get some points for that too. What do we need for that? Right. Let's hop back in very quickly. Sorry, I'm not actually getting very much done, am I? Okay, we could make a ton of these if we wanted to. I feel so bad though if someone fell into it. Hopefully it doesn't affect our friendship levels. Right, I'm going to avoid all of the fancy tools for now because I want them to break so that we have to make more of them. We'll make this mini DIY workbench for inside. We'll see if I can remember to use it rather than repeatedly popping this bench out here. This is always good as well. We'll just pop this next to a house somewhere. Probably our house since all the others have their little bits around it for the moment. You have to do them so they're kind of spread out across the island, don't you, at the start for them to register that you've got enough items to start levelling up. So I think that's obviously, standees. We've got stuff on the tops of the cliffs now, but it has to be quite spread out. We're also going to need a ton of flowers. We'll get to that eventually. Probably make 2 tree standees. If this doesn't make sense to you, you'll see. I think the tree standee is so cute. And then obviously when we've done the customization workshop, you're actually able to customize it for the season. So you can have a snowy tree and all of that. Everything's looking very foresty, actually, with things like the barrels, the types of fences we've got as well. It's maybe leaning a little too dark foresty rather than cutesy Animal Crossing village vibes. But, the thing is, the idea is we don't have a theme, that it changes as we go. So at the moment, this is what we've got that's available. So we'll put them down. Oh, this woodland wall. And then obviously later, as we're getting different fences and things, we'll change things up. I quite like the feel of Halves fence. I'm so glad they put that into the game, where it's kind of like natural, but not too stylised, We'll also do this potted ivy. That's a classic. You've got to have that on your wall somewhere. Our house obviously is going to take a bit of work. I realised I didn't make the leaf umbrella before, so I want to get that out. Hopefully on a rainy day I'll remember to come in and get it and we'll have a stroll around, see whether it actually does anything. Anything else in here? Oh, good old raccoon figurine. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. That birdhouse we could use, all of these things, but we'll get started with little bits for now, I think. Do you know what? I also just wanted to acknowledge the people who aren't into decorating. When New Leaf came out and people discovered that they could mod things and cheat things, and that was kind of where the designing your island thing came from. And I think, obviously Nintendo caught onto it and made it more of a thing in this. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to design your island and just play the game, pop things down and have fun. you've got permission. You've got permission from me just to enjoy it and not feel like you have to compete with all that stuff that's online. Right, what can we do with all the stuff we've got? Oh my gosh, pockets are so full all the time. But yeah, there's no reason that we have to try and develop the island. Obviously, you want to make it a little bit unique to you, and that will naturally happen as you're playing, I think. But, do you know, I do want an actual bed rather than a cot in here. We need some more wood for that. I don't think, I haven't seen anything from Luna yet, so we can't dream. Ooh, do you know what we could do? We could just go check out random dream islands. That would be very comforting. I think as well, if you do the random ones, you obviously see a mix. So it's not like looking at YouTube where everything is just the most overly designed, beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's much more of a real person experience of the game, you know. There's not much in here actually inside, is there? But it's good to get a bit of perspective, I think. You obviously think all the stuff you're seeing on YouTube and in all these social media platforms, it's mostly creators and they're trying to draw people in, and I get it. And there's some very talented designers out there. That's not me. I just kind of want to play the game and I want to make it, you know, an island that's unique to me. Like I said before, let's clear up these bits. Actually, that lantern would be good for outside. So yeah, just consider this your permission to not have to compete with people who make islands for a living. Oh, the bed. Okay, we got the bed. I will say, I want a double bed, but we're... well, this is a bit awkward. I seem to be getting stuck. Yeah, let's get this. I do want a double bed. I feel like it's very grown up to have a double bed, but we don't have that yet. Has anyone ever checked? Here's a question that I don't know. Can you... Ooh, yeah. See, it's cool. It's not dynamic like some of Savannah's ones where everything's moving in them, but it is nice. A bit of a feature wall that could be, you know, people who build windows looking out. That'd be a good thing to have behind your window. Anyway, what was I saying before I got distracted? Oh, yes, the double bed. So can two players, like if someone visited you, can you like roll into opposite sides of the bed? Like, can you use a double bed? Could two people dream together at once? It may be a bit of an issue, obviously, having two people share a bed in what is essentially a young person's game. But, you know, nothing dodgy's going on. Yeah, it's just that never occurred to me. I don't think I've ever checked whether you can actually do something like that. Anyway, let's just drop off these little bits that I've got. I think I'm just going to put them into this section for now. I'm still waiting for the shrubs that we planted to come in. I do feel like the shrubs add a lot of character, particularly in a natural kind of environment. Right, where do we want to put all of this stuff? I want to get my tree standees out. This is my my little secret. I like to use them backwards around things like the fences. I don't know why. I think it kind of adds, it's almost like an addition to the fence. Like we're just checking a bit of depth here. All of this stuff, by the way, is going to change. None of it is final. Even this, let's get rid of this tree for the moment. I don't have any fruit anywhere on the island, so I can't really dig stuff up and play around. But that's all right. There's a lot of other trees in other places that we could get to. Let's just check out what things are going to look like, I think. Oh, what am I doing? I keep pressing the wrong button, and now I'm doing the opposite of what I was doing before. I'm pulling up the tool wheel when I meant to do the inventory. Okay, let's have a look at this. You have to nudge things around by one place over and over again for about 20 minutes. Okay. I'm not wild about it. It's very small, the standee, though. Look, the depth is a bit weird with the big tree behind it. What if we hid it? Now you're basically just going to be watching me push stuff around for a while, but maybe it's encouraging you to just go have a wander about on your island and start pushing things. We could also chuck, this is an interesting bit, we could chuck a little bits in here. Where's our barrels and things like that? That's the sort of thing you'd have in an orchard type area. It's very big, that item, isn't it, actually? It's difficult to tell while the trees are still small really what it's going to look like. Oh, and the lantern on top of it makes it look even taller. Okay, maybe it's the wrong time to be looking at that until everything's developed in. We could actually, just for the moment, for the sake of using them and not popping them into our inventory and forgetting, hello, Bam, is just to, we'll pop it over here for now. It makes sense. Everyone does little things in the corner of resident services like this. Okay, that'll do for now. I do like using outdoor lighting. It's obviously very useful. All of that resident services bit, by the way, I'm not really sure of, but it's good to get a start. And laying down the shrubs is helpful, I think, for the numbers for Isabel eventually. But yeah, I thought I'd just kind of set it down. That area I'm anticipating changing quite a lot. Let's pop the wooden bucket here. A bit of levels, you know. None of this is particularly groundbreaking, but, you know, that's totally fine. Leaf piles are great for a bit of mood. Where do we want to do them? Obviously nowhere near my tree. Oh, I always put these in the wrong place. Nowhere near my tree so that we can still shake it and get our stuff from it. At the moment, we almost have access to too many trees. I did go around and shake them all before, and it takes a very long time, so we need to... Oh, gosh, the bugs. Wait, you guys. Oh, you're so cute. We were just talking about this, weren't we? Oh, I do love it when they have a little bit of a sing-song. See, we don't need a whole performance area, although we could give him a stage if that's something he's interested in. Also, I'm really glad we changed it from KK Samba, or he'd be losing it. This is a much more chilled-out song. Oh, I do enjoy our little villagers singing. Do you remember when the game first came out and everyone built their little areas with microphones and we'd all be standing around watching their villagers sing? I do like it when they do their bits in resident services as well, so we've got to keep an eye out for when they're doing their stretching and singing. Anyway, let's just appreciate Bam doing this for a minute. My good little blue guy. Oh, I love him so much. Oh, he's done. I think coming out of camera mode there actually may have bumped him out of it. We'll give him a little round of applause. Thank you, Bam. That was a wonderful performance. We're all very impressed. A little bit repetitive though, really. There are some great songs. What are your favourite songs in Animal Crossing? We'll have to keep an eye out. Here, let's just do some emotes with our goodbye emotes. Reactions is more what I'm thinking of. I do like that they can react to them if you're close enough. Oh, this is a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Why is it so hard to do that? Ah, there we go, we got it. Do things with your... see, and then you bump down and he's gone. Let me try saying that like a fifth time now. Why is it so hard to do anything with your villagers? To get them to pose in a particular way or take a photo or something. Nintendo could definitely work on making it a bit easier to do things like that. Right, what else do we need to do today? Oh, I've got the clothesline. Yeah, let's pop the clothesline down. This classic. I'm trying to get away from the habit of putting things right next to other things. Out here, I'm quite enjoying having a big, wide, open space. Visually, a bit rubbish if you were doing like a YouTube build or something. But to be in that space is much more enjoyable. See, here it's closer, probably looks a bit better, but we're starting to get a little claustrophobic, aren't we? So I just want to be a bit aware of that as well. Keep lots of open spaces. We'll just dot flowers around as well, you know. Oh, Bam's sitting on our little thing. Now we can't have bugs though, Bam. His little zen face. Here, let's just battle with the camera a little bit more. Actually, that reminds me, do you know what is a feature that I barely used in this game at all? Is Halves Island and doing obviously I used the stuff later after the update, but that photo bit, did you guys ever use it? I pretty much would just go over there and run in and run out again just to unlock it, but I think we should actually maybe spend a bit of time in there and get to know it and see what we can do. And then I could get all of these pictures with my villagers that I so desperately want. See, Bam's off again. We'll meet you at Halves Island, Bam. Halves should be here relatively soon as well. Oh, these bugs, I'm scaring them away. This tree is bothering me a bit though, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to have to, maybe if we switch them around. So we had the real tree at the front. But yeah, so we'll play around with Halves Island probably. That could be a good idea. Let's hop over to the shop and then I can grab a bit of fruit. It seems ridiculous to be buying fruit from the shop to move trees, but I did go ahead and shake everything, which was very silly of me. I must remember to leave a few dotted around so we can always run over and just shake and get a few of them for little bits like this. Hello boys, it's getting a bit late at night though. You must be looking forward to home time. Life in retail is hard, let me tell you. I understand your pain. Right, we'll just grab one of these. Anyway, yeah, we're starting to get to the end now, I guess. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I've been obviously listening to your comments and hearing all the stuff you're saying, giving me permission to just kind of hang out and chill. So I made a point of not editing this one too much. I get a bit overexcited, but I'm definitely, with all your comments and things, I'm getting more of a feel of the sort of things you guys enjoy, and it's very much giving me permission to play how I want to play as well. So thank you so much for dropping all your comments in. It's been really helpful for me actually. Please do keep them coming. Do you know what? This is a big open safe area here. If anybody falls into the pit seed in this bit, it is their own fault. Let's put the pitfall seed down and then, yeah, I'm probably, to be honest, I'll be the one that will end up running into it, which will be a bit embarrassing. Oh, here's our pity party. That's a good one. Wild Child Troublemaker is the titles that we get from that. I do want to play around with our title as well. If you have any recommendations for what we should change our title to, drop them in as well. Should we try and get these beetles? Some of them are valuable. Right. No, Bam, no. Oh my gosh. He gave me an actual heart attack. I thought he was going to scare it away. Oh, that might be my favourite bit of our filming so far ever. Oh, look, the slightest bit of genuine interaction with your villagers and you are hooked. Bam. He proper legged it towards the tree trunk. I thought he was going to scare it away or steal it for himself. Right, okay. Oh, I'm recovering now. Okay, so if we were to put the tree standee here, and then we put the real tree behind this one, all of this is going to change. I do also want to get the campsite sign, the one you get from the Pocket Camp connection. I don't have that all set up on here, but I can sort it out for us. It is a little bit of a cheat, but to be honest, you don't get that item in game, so I feel like in that case it's allowed. I do also love that the Nook balloon, you know what I'm talking about, the very wonderful looking green balloon that you can get that's shaped like the little leaf, so we might grab one of them as well. That's looking slightly better. It's nothing to write home about, but I'm feeling confident with it. Okay, I think, yeah, like I was saying, we're pretty much wrapping up now. I had a ton of fun today. This was great. I really enjoyed this. Let's pop this down so I don't forget to give it to Blathers another day. It's been nice to take a break, actually, from all this stuff that you've got to do at the start. I said before, it feels like a tremendous amount of stuff that you have to do. Oh, I also want one of these. I'll show you why in a minute. But yeah, and I feel like when you don't have a lot of time, there is hours worth of content at the start of this. So you pop on and you do all the things you have to do, and then you pop off again and you don't actually have time to come in and do things like this and just bumble about and do some diving and a little bit of casual decorating. This is why I wanted this, because the box that you put it down, I don't want to say cage, that's a horrible word, is great. It's just great as a decoration, isn't it? I think it's really cute. Is it the cricket? So yeah, it's wonderful to pop in. I don't like that there though. That's going to have to move to another place. Do you know what? I keep telling you guys I'm going to go, but I want to actually just craft some log stakes, the classic item. I think that's one of those, if you did a I built an island using only 10 items challenge, one of them would have to be the log stakes. Look at all this stuff. What does it take? I actually can't remember which kind of wood. Almost definitely not softwood, but maybe wood or hardwood. Right, oh, I've remembered to use this as well. That's very good of me. Right, log stakes. We'll just do one of them, and then we'll just pop them out into that little bit we're working on in the front. Ooh, I did want to say as well, obviously I mentioned at the end of the last video, I'm back to work for a couple of days now. I was just thinking it could be quite cool, maybe, let me know what you think of this, to obviously I'll still be popping on and doing little daily bits. I was thinking we could potentially, if I film them, and just put them together as quick little shorts for you. Nothing fancy, but it'll just give you a little update on what's happening on the island. I don't know if you guys are too bothered about seeing that, or you just want to come on and chill with me later. But stuff like, obviously, I want to go and say hello to our villagers, and we'll do little bits. We should have stuff like Harv popping in and things like that as well. Obviously, it'll be strange for anyone who's not already subscribed just to have these strange little updates on an island pop up in their shorts feed. But let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing, just to keep you updated, or whether or not you're happy just to pop on with the next video and I'll fill you in on everything that's been going on just while we stroll about. We're very much in bumbling about territory now, aren't we? I don't think I'm actually improving anything. I'm just shifting things around, but that's okay. I do love these log stakes. I know that is controversially close to that tree, but we can still shake it and we can still hit it and all of those things, so I think I'm okay with it for the moment. I also realise I'm going to need so many more shrubs if we're doing this sort of look for the start of our island. Don't get too used to the over-foresty look. I think it's, we'll probably develop beyond that quite quickly, but it's nice to have it as the vibe for the start, it works. I do also want to get some of that wood block furniture out. That gives it more of a playful feel. What else? I wish we had the other standees. There's grass standees and hedge standees. There goes another beetle. They would be good ones to have about. This is all looking okay. Should we just we'll pop the cricket back here for the kind of people who keep stacks of crickets behind our house. It'll come in handy at some point, this cricket, for decorating somewhere, but maybe not for here. Actually, do you know, it's going to be really handy to use to hit that rock, and then we won't have to dig our holes there anymore. Maybe that's something we should do, is just design around the rocks so we can hit them without having to dig the holes. That would be good. Okay, anything else we need to do today? Actually, do you know what? We did buy all those hairs before, and I haven't had a look. We can't change up too much of our look at the moment. I do want to look into custom designs. I didn't really use that either, but we can make some cute little t-shirts and dresses and stuff. Let's just have a scroll through the hairs and see. Definitely, I'm not a pink kind of girl, but I do like having the bright colours at the moment. A lot of these are very cutesy, aren't they? I do quite like this one. I usually have like a brown hair, which is kind of, obviously I'm mousy blonde, but I like to pretend I'm a brunette. Some of these are quite cool, aren't they? We could be rocking this short, messy look if we wanted to with a blue. Yeah, the pale blue is kind of cool, actually. Not right now. I think we'll probably stick with the look that we've got, but it's good just to have a scroll through. We're definitely going to need so many other things. Please, Able Sisters, do come along. I do love this little bob as well. It's going to be hard to decide what we want to be if we're giving ourselves permissions to not just make me. There's me, normally, not the blue, the brunette, obviously. That light blue is kind of cool, though. I don't know. Maybe we'll just dress for the seasons. We'll figure out a nice autumny look soon for our little forest. Anyway, I think we're pretty much there now, aren't we? Let's hop into bed for the sign-off, since I can't do my usual stretching. Anyway, this was good fun, wasn't it? I had tons of fun tonight. I really enjoyed learning about the sea creatures. Oh my gosh, that made me laugh so hard. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll do my usual. I am still a teeny tiny channel. You guys are helping me not to be, though, which is incredible. So thank you so much for that. If you want to keep on liking and subscribing, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are so lovely. And it's really nice that you're giving me permission to just kind of play like I want to play. I'm glad there's a real feel for just some casual, nostalgic, classic, simple island business. You know, I'm really glad this is all happening. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye.